Trespassed in all city parks for playing Pokémon Go. I am not Oop. This story was posted by Blind Visionary 98 on our Pokémon Go. All updates were made on the same post as edits. Trigger warnings. None. Less than. Mood spoilers. Positive ending. Less than. Trespassed in all city parks for playing Pokémon Go, posted on August 15, 2023. Story of today. The park is fairly large, and we just loop around getting Pokestops and using incense. The park has a couple of public fields and some private stadiums. However, the stadiums are closed after a certain time. When the stadiums are closed, we usually walk close to the fence to access some Pokestops and gyms on the other side of the fence. But we've never gone to the other side of the fence when they're locked. We saw a raid that we could participate in together, but it had about 10 minutes until it started. So, we decided to walk in circles around the parking lot to incubate eggs while we waited. Then we saw a park security truck pull up and just watch us circling the parking lot. I glanced a couple of times to see if he had a problem, but he never said anything to us. So, we continued walking in circles in the parking lot. We completed the raid, caught the Pokémon, celebrated, and then walked to another cluster of Pokestops. Even though the guy in the truck was watching the whole time, he stopped following us once we left the raid site. After we hit the last large Pokestop cluster, we decided to head back to the car. As we were almost there, we saw a police SUV roll up on us, and we basically told them we were playing Pokémon Go. He tried to call the park security, who then called 911 to let them know that we were fine, but still insisted on the trespass. The cops said the park had been dealing with break-ins and that to the park police. We appeared as if we were staking out the places. In the end, we got trespassed, but the police were very relaxed and recommended that we make an appeal to the Parks and Rec Department building tomorrow, which we will. But it was a little heartbreaking since that park was really close to our house and good for Pokémon Go. I thought I'd share this story because it was pretty surprising. Also, the fact that the park security wanted to avoid talking to us completely, even when the police were talking to us and they drove right by. TLDR. My girlfriend and I were playing Pokémon Go at a really nice park with lots of gyms and Pokestops. Just as we were leaving, the cops stopped us and ultimately informed us that the city Parks and Rec wanted to ban us from all city parks in their jurisdiction. Around 14 parks. Update number 1. Called Parks and Rec Department phone attempting to appeal and was giving another number to call. That number didn't ring on the phone, so I called back and they said they've been having problems with the phone. I'm given the court's number. Had to leave a voicemail. Update number 2. Finally got a hold of public safety administrators of the trespass, and told me they can't do anything and that I have to call the park, the person who had me trespassed. So I called and am now waiting for a callback from the park recreations manager. Update number 3. Being ping-ponged by different numbers. Park recreations manager had their assistant speak to me and said I needed to write a letter to the city council in order to get it appealed. Ended up calling a variety of elected council members but mostly got hit with voicemail. Decided to call my district city representative and they forwarded me over to the assistant city manager, which is talking with directors of both public safety and parks and recreation, and said they'll get back to me shortly. If all else fails, seems legal action will be the only way to go. Last update number 4. TLDR. Finally got to speak with the director of the park. It was a misunderstanding overall and the trespass was lifted. What rubbed me the wrong way was that the one who issued a trespass was a part-time security guard, who reported us trying to climb a fence, which is just not even remotely true. Director of the park was upset that the security guard didn't talk to us at all. She mentioned he should have felt safe coming up to us. She read to me the report and it never mentioned us circling the same parking lot he was in, watching us for 10 minutes. Report only said we tried to climb a fence and then walked away to another complex. We never even touched the fences we would walk by. Want to appreciate everyone's support, whether it be for legal action, courses of action, or talking points. We'll be going there tonight to play and hope to encounter that part-time security officer. Reminding once again, I am not oop. Damn, my dad has a similar role to a park cop. He loves finding the Pokémon Go people. I visited Vegas during the first big Pokémon Go wave and it was cute as hell. There were people hopping on and off the casino vans chasing Pokémon. And the loudest anyone cheered while I was there, gambling or otherwise, was someone who caught a rare Pokémon in the lobby. I've never played any Pokémon game, but I also don't hate fun. So I thought the Go players were adorable. Imagine walking around a park. The horror. Then we wonder why everyone is fat and lonely. The whole point of security is to observe and report. There's no point in having a security officer that can't do that. You need reliable witnesses in court. This person is just a liar. It's not any kind of a misunderstanding. The Paul Blart wannabe thought he had a micron of power and decided to abuse it. Stupid me. I thought parks were for outside activities such as walking with friends. Face with rolling eyes. I'd much rather have folks walking in circles around a park than doing donuts in an intersection with their car, shooting drugs or people, etc. I'd like to hear the exciting tale the security guard told his mother when he got home. Probably turned into foiling the greatest park heist known to man. Why don't the kids spend any time outside anymore? That's some, just standing there, menacingly. Energy. That part-time guard wants to be a cop so bad. Way to go, Paul Blart. How TF the trespass would be enforced anyway. My son-in-law and my GSON used to go to a small park that is near both of us. Sometimes they had nothing to do and would go to the park at about 11 p.m. There usually would be people around doing the same thing. Once in a while there would be a cop who would come and sit in the parking lot and just sit. Sometimes for a few hours. We live in a part of town that is not always busy with crime. A few times when they would leave, the cop would call out, "Did you get very many?" Cop knew what they were doing and my son-in-law said he just probably took over that space to eat a bite and just sit in case someone came along and complained. Anyone want to make bets on the color of OOP's skin? The concept of breaking into a park has my brain sloshing around in my head. Pro tip: if you ever find yourself being bounced between two departments, whether it's government or corporate bureaucracy, use your three-way calling to talk to both of them. Overworked and underpaid staff love to farm off calls to others so they don't have to deal with it. I was specifically trained to do this at more than one job in both public and private sectors. But if you get them on a three-way call, they'll quickly sort out whose problem you are so they can deal with you. Your goal when trying to get a minor problem like this resolved is to be just annoying to them. Enough they want to get rid of you, but not so annoying that you get stonewalled. You want to be a thorn in their side while making sure that the easiest way to get rid of you with the least amount of work is to fix your problem. Be polite but firm. Apologize for taking up their time but still insist your problem be addressed. If you're rude or aggressive, people will do the bare minimum required to not get in trouble to help you, because who wants to do something nice for a jerk if they don't have to? And if you get caught in a boondoggle and I spoke with someone at that department and they sent me to you, doesn't work. That's when you get everybody on the same call and let them sort out whose problem you are. This is all so wild to me. I have never lived in a place where parks can close or have security guards. They rarely even have fences here. And if they do, it's only to protect little children from running out into the street. I'm sure it seems normal to people who grew up with that. But I'd be devastated even as an adult that I couldn't go to the park and go on the swings at night. Or that I'd have to worry about security being suspicious of an adult at the park during the day. Some of my best memories with my friends as a young teen are just walking around town at night and playing on the playgrounds like little kids again without having to worry about making parents uncomfortable or getting in the way of the little ones playing there. Jez, all this because of Pokémon Go? That's pretty ridiculous. Meanwhile, the director of our town's Parks and Rec department plays Pokémon Go with us. I'm very curious about Op & Co.'s race. USA Police State at its finest.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Heracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.